When I first thought about how I wanted to write this speech, I couldn't really come up with anything. But then as I was thinking, I remembered that honesty is one of America's most treasured values, and that but yet as a population, we're willing to overlook it in things from well-known companies that are actually very dishonest. One of these companies is Nestle, and its water bottling company. So I started to look into just how dishonest they were, and I found some pretty interesting things, such as their involvement in the California drought, their draining of the Ogallala Aquifer, but I also looked at how they chose to defend themselves. According to the LA Times, the U.S. Forest Service is being sued because it allowed Nestle to drain and bottle water from the Strawberry Canyon and the San Bernardino Mountains under a permit that they allegedly got in 2002, yet actually expired in 1988. The LA Times also says that residents have been urged to cut back their water usage, but Nestle is still allowed to drain and bottle water, as much water as they always have. Michael O'Haney, who is the executive director of the Story of Stuff project, says that we Californians have dramatically reduced our water use over the past year, but Nestle has refused to step up and do its part. And as far as the Ogallala Aquifer, Nestle, as well as other multi-million-dollar companies, and even executives or not executives, big-name politicians and such, have been draining the aquifer at an alarming rate and selling it to the public. Nestle and other water bottling companies operate under the false statements that bottled water is pure or healthier than just regular tap water, when tap water has to undergo numerous tests before it's allowed to be used by the public, whereas bottled water undergoes maybe tests once or twice a month. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development estimates that by 2030, over half the world will live in areas where water is severely depleted or just can't get water at all. And Nestle, in defense of all this and more allegations, they say that they are cutting back. On their website, they say that they are cutting back how much water they use and how efficiently they use it, but they don't explain how they're going to do that, or how they're going to maintain that sustainability. And in an interview in Advertising Age, Kim Jeffrey, who is the president and CEO, says that they won't stop bottling water in California because it won't fix the drought and people need to have water to drink, which is true. But that's not just where the water goes. They also state that they've been using water from the Strawberry Canyon for over 100 years, and that records show that they've been sustainably managing it for that amount of time. But they operate under an expired permit to do so. And Americans are famous for expecting honesty from every aspect of their lives, except when it comes from to brands and the brands they choose to use. I'm guilty of it. I mean, who really researches exactly what goes into their shampoo or food or whatever? And Nestle's just one example of dishonesty that we, being lax in our research and holding companies accountable, have let them pretty much do whatever they want. That's time to stop.